Hey, how's it going? Okay, so I have been in the tractor all morning, and I have been listening to this blog, and it was talking a lot about like consumerism and prices of food and things like that. So yesterday, this is like literally just happened yesterday, I was at the gym and I was talking to a person I know very well. They're very healthy, they eat organically, they a lot of non-GMO, things like that. And they were talking to me and they said, why is cauliflower $5 a bunch? And, I just said, I'm like, well, you have to think about everything that goes into that. And like their face was kind of blank, but I just walked away after I made that comment. I didn't even explain myself. So now I'm going to explain myself now that I listen to this blog. So when you're a consumer, and everyone's a consumer of food, you don't really think about everything that goes into producing that thing you just ate or producing that product you just ate. So I did a little research on the cauliflower, for example. So it's $5 a bunch, which is the organic, because I know that they eat organically. But did you know that like only one head of cauliflower grows on one plant? So like after you plant that one plant, you get one head of cauliflower and then it's done. So then I looked up 82% of the world's cauliflower production comes from California. So economically, if you've been keeping up with what's going on in the world, California has no water. They have to pay for their water right now and always have, and there's none to even buy. I mean, it's just they're having a hard time even selling it. So you have to pay for your rights to the water. So I was reading about a farmer over in the valley in California, and they put out over 5,000 acres of cauliflower plants. And since they had lack of water and lack of growing season, they weren't able to produce more than almost 2,000 acres. So that means 3,000 acres of cauliflower that was planted and going to be prepared for us to eat didn't even grow. So that farmer spent all the time, all the energy, all the abilities that they had into that 5,000 acres and only got not even half of it out. So I guess the reason we're even filming here is be a responsible consumer. Don't complain about prices if you're going for a certain lifestyle, or don't complain about prices if you're not sure the background of the price. So it's kind of like buying a phone, right? We walk into Verizon and we're like, what the heck? Why is the freaking iPhone 7 Plus a $700 phone? That is ridiculous. But we still pay for it because we want the technologies. We want the bigger phone. We want all those things. And so what do you think that $700 is going to? To pay Apple employees, to pay for new technologies that are going to come out. And so it's all about the game of it. So basically just be a responsible consumer. Don't blame the farmer. A lot of people, I think that's their first initial, that's like on the blog today. That was his first initial, a consumer had called in and they were talking about food prices. And that was his first, he's like, well, the farmer, they're driving all these big tractors and using all this technology, so it's costing us more for the food. No. The farmer is buying those technologies so they can produce more for you. The prices, for corn, I'm not much, I do the vegetables, but I'm a very small scale vegetable farmer. But for corn, we don't set our price. We have to play the gambling game of sell the corn now, hold the corn till later. So we don't set the price. A lot of consumers don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. The farmer literally has to play the game of life. Like, you don't get to say, I want to sell my corn for $5. That's just not how that works. And I think, yeah, like I said, a lot of people, I don't think, know that. Also, something that was interesting on the blog today, out of every dollar of food purchases, 5 cents goes to the farmer. Do you know where the rest of it's going? Manufacturing, marketing, selling, and storing. So the majority of the money that we're spending isn't to even produce the crop, which is crazy to me, because you would want to put more money into producing it in a better way than selling and marketing it, I would think. Because regardless, you're going to want the food. I mean, I would think so. But then they started talking on the blog, and they talked a lot about, like, you know, like McDonald's. You know, they spend millions and millions of dollars a year just in marketing. But it's like, why are they spending so much money on marketing? McDonald's is McDonald's. Like, we all know about it. Like, it's not a secret. So it's kind of interesting to me, like, because I come from a farm, and I live on a farm, and I work on a farm. And so, for me, I don't even pay attention to food prices anymore. Like, I mean, I just pay it because I want to eat it, and I'm not afraid to pay it. Because I know how hard it is, and I know that, you know, the things you have to put into it sometimes aren't the things you get out of it, but that's not why we do it. That's not why farmers farm. Farmers farm because they're keeping you alive. You know, they want to provide for you. Or at least that's why our family farms. So I guess mainly just consumerism. Be a smart consumer. Don't be a greedy consumer. You know, always think about how you're spending your money and where you're spending your money. And I think food prices would make a lot more sense to everyone. So, okay, my rant is over.